Full range speaker boxes for cars and trucks are definitely a thing of the past, and before we dive deep on what we have here today, let's step back to 1980 and Stillwater Design's introduction of the original KICKER box as shown here. This original box was designed for fitting behind the seat of a standard cab pickup truck. Here in the fall 87 winter 1988 Crutchfield, we can see the price here of $249, and understanding these came out in 1980 and were still being sold as late as 1988. That's impressive. Now, it did include two 6.5-inch woofers. These were Bose OEM speakers, two 2x6 piezo drivers. Those were mids and highs by Motorola, and the 10-inch passive radiator in the center for that bass. Now, fast forward to 2024, and I came across this very interesting looking speaker on eBay. So of course I had to grab it so I could show it to you guys. So let's get it out of the box and take a closer look. And here we go. Check it out. Still in the box. That's right. This is a VoxBox blaster from Audiovox. And caution, my friends, 150 watts. Be careful with that. This is new for trucks and vans. And installation, no problem, says Audiovox. And again, they caution you with 150 watts. And there's the look of it. Looks really cool. And the box, very bright. This is the model VB1, and again called the VoxBox Blaster series. There were several different models in the VoxBox Blaster series. This is the top dog, though. This is the one everybody wanted back in the big box stores. And here's the side of the box. Of course, you could carry it to the beach, sit it on top of your truck, as long as you had it plugged into something. And this one was originally purchased at Walmart. But let's pull out the 1991 Car Audio and Electronics directory, and we'll see here at the very top, the VB1, $250 in 1991. That's equivalent to about $575 in 2024. And here we'll pull the Audiovox VoxBox out of the box. That's a lot of boxes. And as you can see here, still in the plastic. Wow. And let's do that again, the reveal. Here we go. Ba-boom! Man, this thing looks nice. It is a literal time machine. It looks perfect. Whoever had this before definitely had it in a climate-controlled environment. And we're going to get to the specs here and tell about each of the different components. But first, we're just going to pan in high dynamic range. And yes, to some people, this is too bright. Get your sunglasses on so you can enjoy the sweetness of what you're seeing here. 35 years old almost, and still amazing. Here on the back, you'll see it's got these push terminals for the speakers. It is a stereo box, so it has two inputs. And on the front, we have two 8-inch woofers. They are polypropylene. We have two 3.5-inch piezo or piezo drivers by Motorola. We have the 10-inch passive radiator for the bass. And of course, we have a handle at the top so you can take your sounds with you. The VB1 is made with 5/8-inch fiberboard with heavy grade carpet cover, 150 watts, music power, and 30 to 20,000 hertz response 4 to 8 ohm compatible. Dimensions, 32.2 inches for the length, 12 inches for the height, 6.2 inches for the depth at the bottom, 4.2 inches for the depth at the top. Now we have this on the powered Lazy Susan, spinning it around so you can gaze and drool at the awesomeness of this more than 30-year-old truck speaker box. But it gets you thinking, what are we going to use to power this to demo for the video? Well, we have a brand new Alphasonic PMA 2030 from the late 80s. We have an Autotech 7050 BTS, again from the late 80s. And we have more, of course. We have the Rockwood PA 2050. This is from the mid-90s. So decisions are, which one are we going to use? Well, we decided to go for the Alphasonic, and we're going to have a full video on that forthcoming here on the channel. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe for that. Now we'll get the Alphasonic wired up. This is a 2-channel amplifier, 30 watts by 2 RMS. And of course, it does use the old school Molex style plug. So let's get it hooked up with the dual speaker outputs here going into the back of the VoxBox. Now, before we get to the demo, make sure you go to Wilson Audio Labs on YouTube and subscribe with all notifications. Also, Old School Stereo on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe with all notifications. I'd greatly appreciate it if you would leave me a comment below and smash me a thumbs up. Here we have the Alphasonic PMA 2030 hooked up. Time frame equivalent about to the Audiovox VoxBox VB1. This was available at big box stores, Kmart, Walmart, auto parts stores, probably Sears, etc. And this one, you know, not so much available at places like that, but it was an inexpensive 2-channel amplifier that probably matches up pretty good with this. So we've got it wired up. Let's go ahead and power it up and see how it sounds with some music. Unfortunately, this Alphasonic doesn't have any kind of LED to let us know that it's on, but I believe it's on. Let's try Smokey's Lounge. Ice and Fire here with some vocals.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me high and dry. Oh.
I gotta say, I was pretty shocked here with the bass output of this Audiovox VB1, but I want you guys to be able to see it a little better here. So let's take off the grill for one of the 8-inch woofers and watch it flex. If you're impressed, smash me a thumbs up. If you can't believe that the surrounds didn't tear, leave me a thumbs up too. I know you guys are probably curious like me to want to see what these speakers look like, so let's go ahead and take them out of the box and take a closer look. This is definitely one of the old school passive radiators that doesn't really have a whole lot of weight on the back, not a whole lot to it. It's literally just a flat speaker. And you can see the Audiovox 8-inch speaker there as well. We're going to show that up closer here coming up soon, but it's very interesting to see there's no crossovers or anything built into this box. Everything is just running full range. Let's take out these Motorola piezo drivers so we can take a closer look at them. You can see they're a little bit kind of like a horn shaped. But yeah, these are the ones that are kind of loved and hated by people. Mostly hated because of their kind of harsh sound. And you can put resistors in line to kind of help calm that harshness down. But in this case, it didn't really sound terrible to my ears. These were made in Mexico. And again, at the time, we're talking stock systems really bad. So anything like this was an upgrade. And this 8-inch driver here impressed me. It does have a foam surround polypropylene cone, but the magnet on it is much larger than I expected. It does have a single voice coil, seems to be a 4 ohm single voice coil, about 1.5 inches in diameter. But overall, I honestly was impressed with the components used here for this, what I would call a big box truck speaker. Now let's move on to the pros and cons, the things I like, the things I think that could be better for this Audiovox VoxBox. First off, simple install. Yep, just put it behind the seat of your truck, plug in your amp. It is efficient, doesn't need a whole lot of power, has a handle on the top for easy transport. Full range box, that's good and bad for people. It has good bass for what it is, and the quality seems to be really good because it lasted all these years and it's still working. Things that could be better, all the sound comes from behind you. It does have the piezo tweeters. No protection for the passive, so if you put it behind your seat, it could damage that passive radiator. It is over 30 years old. It's older technology, not things people really use today. And it can't handle that much power, 150 watts maximum music power. The 30 watt by 2 amp I used sounded pretty good with it though. Well, there's my review and demo of the VoxBox VV1 by Audiovox. If you guys ever use full range speaker systems in your car, let me know below what brand you use, what car you use it in, what kind of power you use, all that fun stuff. I appreciate you guys as always for watching. Till next time, this Big D, I'm out of here.